And, also one scene that also went viral was at the altar, because, obviously you guys got to the altar and they asked him first if he wanted to marry you, but it was obvious. I mean, you were the one who was there at the altar, but even like watching the show on Netflix myself, it was obvious from his facial expression that he was going to say no. And it kind of looked like he sort of shake his head a little bit. So you then interjected and said, I already know your answer is no. And you explain some of your frustrations from the relationship and maybe some of the things you felt that he maybe misled you about. But let's say hypothetically, if you guys had gone to the altar and they said, Alex, do you want to marry Ashley? And he had said, Ashley, I really want to marry you. You're my world. I mean, would you have still said no because of some of those challenges you mentioned, or would there have been any temptation to say yes on your end?
No.
Okay.
There was no temptation for me to say yes. And I feel like that was sort of like why I wanted to give my answer first. I didn't want him to think like, oh, she said no because I said no. Or
Right.
like, oh, I didn't, whatever it may have been. But like, I had some things to say. And I wanted like him and, my friends and family to know, like, I'm not just saying these things because he rejected me. Like, I knew, I could feel it that he wasn't there to get married. And I kind of like see myself go into old patterns throughout the show. Like I see him lying to me and then like I kind of have like a goldfish mind where he's like, "Do you want nuggets?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's get nuggets." And I forget, we were just having a conversation about something very important. So not that he was like gaslighting or like manipulating me, but I was like, I could see myself just not say what I needed to say. And I was like, this is my time. This is my final opportunity to tell him what I want to say. And it was for me and it was for him and it was for every woman out there or man that, has been in a relationship where, they may not have gotten the chance to say what they needed to say or they settled and, they just needed to hear that. So it
Definitely.
wasn't like a mean thing. It wasn't to be
Right.
mean to Alex,
Hmm.
it wasn't to be, I know I'm not like a hero for saying those things. It was just like I needed to do that for myself, like to know that and like I said, I got all this confidence from the show and I wanted to trust myself and that was like my moment to do that.